Warm temperatures, I hate to tell you this, winter's chill is not too far away, so it's time to start thinking about getting your heating system ready for colder weather. And here's someone who can help make sure the heat comes on when you need it, Mike Wheeler with Wheelers Heating and Air.
How you doing today?
Welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Am I right? This is the time to really start thinking about the heating system?
You want to make sure everything's taken care of before you need it, not wait till after.
Probably the best idea.
Yeah.
And it's that time of year where you don't know if you need the heat on, the cool on. I mean, it's not really been that chilly yet, but if you're me, you think it's pretty doggone chilly. I want the heat to work.
Yes, you definitely want it to work when you want it to work, not after you try it, it's like, oh no, now it doesn't work, so now we're in a problem. So I'm running a special right now, $75 special to come in and have everything checked out. Check over the blower motor, check heat exchangers, make sure we don't have anything bad going on there. A lot of your older systems may need to be checked out more often, at least once a year, especially if they're over 30 years old. And then, clean flame sensors, always check filters. Right now we're getting ready to go into our fourth part of the year, so we need to check out filters, so they need to be changed at least 4 times a year, so every 3 months.
Yeah, and I think that's something, I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I would think that's one of the things that people forget about so often, how that can really affect your heating and cooling is just that little filter.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. It's like, say you try and breathe through a mask and go out and run a marathon. You're not going to get very far.
Yes.
So this is something you say you need to do 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah, every 3 months, bare minimum.
Okay, so
if
I'm
you
assuming.
have pets in the house, it needs to be more often than that.
Oh, even more, I'm sure.
Yeah, with dander and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I'm assuming when you come out and check for that, you can also replace it then and there.
If they happen to have them. If I carried around every filter everybody needed, I'd have to drive a semi.
Oh, that's a good point, but you could get it.
However, you do repair and service, but you also do new installation, right?
Do new installation and also replace of old equipment also. Do lots of those.
What are your brands that you carry?
I carry York and Guardian, both made by Johnson Controls right out of Wichita, Kansas.
What kind of calls do you get this time of year when we're starting to change the seasons?
Actually, normal as anything else. I just had one from a friend. I've got to go change out a blower motor after I get out of here today. So,
do you call you today then?
Anything. Yes.
Okay, so quick turnaround for the most part.
Sure. I try and do everything same day if at all possible.
That's nice.
Good business.
What about like on weekends and things like that? That's when everything seems to break. Is there any way to get help at that time if it's an emergency situation?
Sure, no problem whatsoever. I do service calls 24/7. Somebody calls at 2 a.m., I'll show up at 2 a.m.
Really?
Or soon after.
Yeah.
At
least enough time to wake up a little bit.
Yeah. And I don't charge anything extra for the after-hours calls.
Really?
Weekends, holidays, none of it. All the same.
Tell us again about the special you have going on and what it covers.
So it's a $75 special. Come in and check out the entire furnace system. Like I said, if it's a newer system, clean flame sensor, make sure the hot surface igniter works, check filters, see if they've been changed recently, clean inside the blower wheel if it needs it. And then, like I said, if it's a heat pump, we'll go ahead and go through, check pressures and everything, make sure the capacitor's good for the outdoor unit, make sure everything's amperage is running properly.
Yeah.
Can we sign up with you kind of on an annual sort of basis to make a regular appointments 3 or 4 times a year for you to just come out and get it done?
we can do service contracts, no problem.
That way, you don't have to
Got it all.
worry
Yeah,
about
you can forget about it at that point.
Yeah, so we just have things set up so at least twice a year come out and check everything out, make sure everything's good to go.
Yeah, and so many things that generate heat also generate exhaust, and you want to make sure your system works right. It can be hazardous if it doesn't.
Very much so.
Yes.
All right, how do people reach you?
Well, easy enough. Look me up online. Just Google me or call 417-839-9240.
All right.
And that's the cell phone right here. You'll reach me anytime, day or night.
All right. Wheelers Heating and Air.
That's it.
Thanks for
Mike,
being here.
thanks so much.
Appreciate it. All right, up next, it's the box office buzz with Chris the Critic. We'll be right back.